Britons around the country woke up to the first major snowfall of the year this morning as freezing conditions saw temperatures plunge to an eye-watering 4°C. Severe warnings have been put in place as a blast of Arctic air sweeps across the UK, cutting daytime highs in half from around 11°C to 5°C, bringing an end to the recent mild conditions and heralding a new spell of wintry weather. Forecasters said air roads were likely to be affected by treacherous travel conditions, with longer journey times expected by both bus and train, causing Britons to joke about the impending snowmageddon on social media. The worst affected areas have been in northern England and Scotland, where snow has settled across the Western Isles, and forecasters expect up to 1.6 inches (4 centimeters) over the Highlands and Grampians within a 24-hour period. Met Office spokeswoman Nicola Maxey said the snowfall is the first at lower levels for 2019 and also marks the first cold spell of the year, with the mercury across much of Britain set to stay in single figures throughout the day. Tonight is said to be just as cold, with the Met Office warning of a severe frost gripping the country in the early hours of tomorrow, causing potential chaos during the morning rush hour. Scroll down for video. She said, "What we have had is a band of showers that have amalgamated and that has brought a bit of heavier snow for a short period in Newcastle. And that band of showers is going to move down the coast. That band will move south throughout the day, bringing some heavier showers, and we are looking at accumulations of maybe 1 centimeter, 3 centimeters, but short-lived. So it is not going to hang around for a long time." Ms. Maxey said the band, as it gets further south and progresses down the coast, is more likely to bring hail rather than snow to parts of East Anglia. So far, falling snow has been seen in parts of London, Nottinghamshire, Lincolnshire and in the northeast of England, where images show a white blanket on Tynemouth Beach and Whitley Bay after snowfall of between 1 centimeter, 3 centimeters, 0.4 inches, 1.2 inches. Ms. Maxey said 4 centimeters, 1.6 inches, of snow has been recorded in Aboyne, Aberdeenshire, and that the weather for this time of year across the UK is fairly typical. She revealed that the recent mild temperatures and warm ground, alongside rain, mean that generally nothing is settling in some parts. Throughout Thursday, the mercury is expected to stay in single figures, with up to 6°C, 42.8 F, expected in London, 4°C, 39.2 F, for Northern England and 6°C, 42.8 F, in Northern Ireland. Temperatures will plunge in the wake of a weather front bringing rain to many areas, with daytime highs due to have from 10°C to 11°C, 50 F to 52 F, from yesterday to a chilly 5°C, 41 F, today. Cold air will come in from the North Atlantic initially, but by this afternoon the wind will change, coming directly from the Arctic. Average daytime temperatures in the south of England will struggle to get above 6°C, 43 F. Share this article. Share. While this is average for the time of year, Met Office forecaster Bonnie Diamond said the contrast after such a mild January will have people reaching for warm coats. "We're going to really feel the switch to colder temperatures." The Met Office said there are signs cold air from the east could make its way to the UK until the end of the month, but it does not automatically mean the return of last year's beast from the east, which brought heavy snow. Forecasters predict cold conditions are likely to remain for the rest of January. A cold but changeable outlook remains likely until mid-February, they add, with spells of strong winds and rain, turning to snow at times. Met Office Chief Meteorologist Ann Sewry said, from Thursday colder Arctic air will have spread across the country, with temperatures struggling to reach above 5°C or 6°C for most of us. What are the Met Office weather warnings? Snow and ice warning northern Scotland. Until 12 p.m. today. Snow showers, with strong winds and icy conditions, will make traveling difficult, especially over the hills and in northern coastal areas. What to expect? Some roads and railways likely to be affected with longer journey times by road, bus and train services. Some injuries from slips and falls on icy surfaces, probably some ice on some untreated roads, pavements and cycle paths. Snow showers already affecting some parts, especially hills, will become more widespread later on Wednesday before slowly starting to become less frequent and less intense later on Thursday. The heaviest and most frequent snow will tend to be over hills and mountains as well as in northern coastal areas. Several centimeters of snow are expected over the Highlands and Grampians, whilst at low levels snow cover will be smaller and patchier in nature, with some places, especially coastal areas, seeing little lying snow. Conditions will also be windy, and icy stretches are still expected, where snow does not settle. Ice warning for England, southern Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Until 11 a.m. today. Icy patches developing with wintry showers also affecting some areas. What to expect? Some injuries from slips and falls on icy surfaces, probably some ice on some untreated roads, pavements and cycle paths. Icy patches are expected to develop later Wednesday evening or overnight over southern Scotland and Northern Ireland, and during the early hours of Thursday over England and in Wales. There will also be some wintry showers about, mainly over hills and mountains, but also to some lower levels at times, most likely in parts of Scotland and northern, eastern and central England. With the exception of high ground, most places will not see any snow settling. This is close to the average January temperature for the UK, but since it has been quite a mild winter so far, many will notice the difference by the end of the week. It's going to feel very cold overnight, with temperatures widely dipping close to or below freezing. The colder weather will bring a range of winter hazards, with a widespread frost and icy stretches expected from Wednesday night and continuing into the weekend. Not a lot of snow is expected during this period, though we will see snow showers in some areas during Wednesday night and Thursday. Most of the snow showers will be over the hills and mountains, although snow could fall to lower levels in the north and also some eastern parts of the country during Thursday. Several cold weather alerts have been issued following advice from the Met Office to Public Health England. Dr. Emer O'Connell from FE said, "Experience shows us that every winter thousands of people are seriously affected and even die from illnesses linked to the cold. Protecting yourself from the cold may seem like common sense, but many people don't manage to keep themselves warm enough. If you know someone at risk, someone over 65, anyone with dementia or a heart and lung condition, or a young child, check up on them and see if there's anything you can do to help." All of us should be heating our homes to at least 18°C, keeping up to date with weather forecasts, and planning our days around them. Simple steps can really help protect against the cold. Looking further ahead, Mr. Suri said, next week's forecast shows signs of a reduction in winds from our typical westerly direction, meaning we are more likely to see cold winds from northerly and easterly directions later in the week. This does not guarantee a repeat of beast from the east conditions as some media are speculating. Yes, it is getting colder, but it is too early to provide detailed forecasts on the potential severity of the weather or snow amounts at this stage. We advise the public to keep in touch with Met Office forecasts and warnings over the next few days and weeks, so you can be prepared for the cold weather.